Hey, Alex, do you ever feel like life is like a newly bought piece of tech, really fancy, but they forgot to include the instruction manual?
I do. And I suspect the person who wrote that manual has never actually tried using the product.
Exactly. Yesterday morning, I woke up at 6 with ironclad determination. Today, I will transform into a completely new person.
And? Was the transformation successful?
By 6 to 10, I realized my old self was actually still working just fine.
Haha. I know that feeling. Every night before bed, I promise myself, tomorrow, I will definitely go to sleep early.
What a beautiful promise.
As beautiful as a work of art.
And the result?
And by 11 p.m., I find myself deeply engrossed in a tutorial video on how to build a toothpick castle.
That is clearly a very crucial survival skill.
Right. I don't know when I'll need it, but it's best to know just to be safe.
Modern life is so funny. We can find all of human knowledge in just a few seconds online.
But it takes us 15 minutes just to find the phone that's right under our own butt.
That's nothing. The other day, I even turned on my phone's flashlight to search for that very phone.
I once used a landline to call my mobile number just to locate it.
And did you find it?
Yes, it was vibrating wildly, right inside my pants pocket.
Don't blame yourself. That wasn't a failure.
Then what was it?
It's proof that you are an extremely dedicated and serious searcher.
Thank you for turning an awkward situation into a proud achievement.
Don't mention it. I have a real knack for that. Come to think of it, our daily habits are sometimes just like opening the fridge.
What do you mean?
It's when you keep opening and closing it 5 times in a row, even though you know full well nothing new will appear inside.
Oh, absolutely. The first time you open it is to look for food.
The second time is to check if you missed any corners.
The third time is just because your hands are restless.
The fourth time is hoping some kind of miracle has happened.
And the fifth time is to accept the reality that miracles aren't real.
Humans truly are the most optimistic creatures on the planet.
Exactly. If we weren't optimistic, no one would dare to step on the scale after the holidays.
Speaking of the scale, I find that device to be extremely tactless.
Did it do something to upset you?
It always tells the truth, and it does so in a very brutal way.
How outrageous. A good friend should know when to stay silent.
I think manufacturers should integrate a diplomatic mode into scales.
For example,
Instead of showing harsh numbers, it would display, "You are still wonderful,"
or results are under review, please try again later.
or, more realistically, "Please return once you've cut down on milk tea."
That makes sense. Have you noticed that when we were kids, we only wanted to grow up as fast as possible?
Yes, wishing to be adults so we could be free and independent.
But once we grow up, everyone longs to be a kid again.
It's like excitedly updating to a new operating system, only to find the older version ran much smoother and more stably.
Spot on comparison. When we were kids, the greatest joy was having a day off from school.
Now, the greatest joy is having a day off from work.
When we were young, being forced to take a nap felt like a cruel punishment.
Now, getting to take a quick nap at noon is a luxury reward.
Back then, staying up until 10 p.m. was a glorious triumph.
Now, staying awake until 10 p.m. requires an extraordinary effort from our body.
Life is truly an expert at reversing everything. I feel like growing up is a lot like opening too many tabs on a computer browser.
Explain that a bit more.
One tab for work, one tab for studying, one tab for future plans.
And one tab opened 3 months ago, no idea what for. But we don't dare close it.
And in the end, the system gets overloaded, and the computer starts running terribly slow.
Exactly like our brains every Monday morning.
Precisely. Yet on the outside, everyone acts like they have everything under control.
In reality, everyone is just fumbling their way forward, my friend.
The other day, I saw a guy walking with an incredibly confident posture, radiating charisma.
And then?
2 minutes later, he quietly walked back to the exact same spot because he realized he had gone the wrong way.
It turns out, confidence and heading in the right direction don't always go hand in hand.
Quite a profound lesson. But do you know what the most contradictory thing about us adults is?
What is it?
Everyone advises each other to live simply and minimize everything.
That sounds very philosophical and correct.
But their personal account passwords are always 16 characters long, containing uppercase, lowercase, numbers, special symbols, and sometimes even their ex's name.
That's not simplicity. That's a memory challenge of international scale.
I have forgotten passwords that I created myself more than a few times.
The feeling at that moment is like locking yourself out of your own house.
And the person holding the key is yourself from 3 months ago, an extremely stubborn and uncooperative character.
But at the end of the day, I still love these everyday little details.
Why?
Because it's those clumsy, awkward moments that bring the most genuine laughter.
Yes. A great day doesn't necessarily need grand events.
Just enough small joys to make you smile.
And like-minded friends to sit down and share them with.
That sounded very philosophical of you.
Sometimes I surprise myself too. So, what are we raising our coffee cups to?
To an ordinary life that is never boring.
And to the people who are still patiently reading the user manual of life.
A long-term and challenging journey.
But at least it's a lot of fun.
Hey Alex, do you ever play weird simulation games in your head?
Like imagining yourself as a superhero saving the world?
No, a much more realistic and everyday level.
Like what?
For example, when going to the supermarket, I simulate being an agent on a top-secret mission,
What mission sounds that thrilling?
buying exactly and fully what my mom asked for, without missing a single item.
Oh, that truly is an SSS class life or death mission.
Exactly, the difficulty level is extremely high.
I've also taken on a similar mission, but the result was a bit disastrous.
Tell me about it.
Mom told me to buy exactly 3 items. I walked around the supermarket and eagerly walked out with 8 items.
What about the 3 original items your mom asked for?
Completely forgotten, without a trace.
A total failure, Agent Alex.
But at least I successfully completed the mission of spending money.
You're not cut out to be a spy. I have another simulation game.
What is it?
Every time I clean my room, I imagine I'm the host of a home renovation TV show.
Is there grand transition background music?
Of course, highly upbeat music playing in my head. For the first 10 minutes, I work super professionally, sorting things very systematically.
And after those 10 minutes?
I accidentally find an old school yearbook.
I know this scenario all too well.
So I sit flat on the floor and read it straight for 2 hours.
The result being the home renovation show was cancelled mid-air?
Room cleaning was a failure, but the trip down memory lane was a resounding success.
Me too. Do you know what my favorite simulation game is? I often play the role of a judge at an international culinary competition.
That sounds fancy. What do you cook in those moments?
Every time I make instant noodles.
What? A culinary judge for instant noodles?
Exactly. I pour the boiling water while narrating in a deep, warm voice. Today's contestant made an incredibly bold decision to add half an egg.
Haha, that sounds so professional.
And continuing, the dish possesses a minimalist style but harbors rich, emotional flavors.
But fundamentally, it's still just instant noodles.
Art must always be respected. I graded myself 9 out of 10.
Why not a perfect 10?
Because we were out of sausages that day.
An incredibly impartial judge. As for me, whenever I walk down the street, I simulate being the main character in a movie.
What genre?
It depends on the weather and my mood that day. On a happy day with beautiful sunshine, it's a romantic comedy.
On a sleepy or disappointed day?
A slow-paced, healing indie film.
What about a heavily rainy day?
A deep psychological drama. But if it's pouring rain and I forgot my umbrella,
Then what?
then it immediately switches to a survival movie with breathtaking suspense.
Very flexible. I also have a super silly simulation every time I ride an elevator.
What is it?
I imagine I'm the commander of a top-secret research base deep underground.
Just because the elevator is going down?
Yes. Going down to the basement parking lot feels like infiltrating a high-tech lab.
You watch way too much sci-fi. So, what project is your base researching?
Researching why humans keep opening the fridge multiple times a day.
A historic research topic? Any results yet, Commander?
Not yet, because after 5 minutes of research, the scientists have to go open the fridge to verify the facts.
An endless loop, indeed.
But the most common simulation game that everyone has played, I bet,
What game?
is playing out heated debates in our own heads.
Oh my god, you hit the nail on the head. I can defeat any opponent in arguments that have never existed.
Exactly. In my head at that moment, I deliver extremely sharp arguments and powerful words.
But when facing reality in real life,
My brain suddenly requests unpaid leave.
only to lie in bed at night and come up with a series of brilliant counter-arguments.
At that point, you can only regret in silence.
We are such contradictory creatures. I also have a classic simulation. What if I became a billionaire?
Everyone has dreamed of that. What would you do first?
I'd buy a villa by the beach, build a giant library, and a garden full of flowers.
That sounds so romantic and perfect.
But in reality, even with all of that, I'd still just lie on the sofa all day scrolling through my phone.
True, wealth can't cure laziness.
Spot on. How about you?
I often simulate. What if I were the principal?
What would you reform first?
I would make a rule that once a week, the whole school gets to sleep in.
The students would worship you like a god.
Not just the students, the teachers and parents would also be incredibly grateful.
A very humane idea, but there's one extremely dangerous simulation that we play every night.
The tomorrow I will live a highly disciplined life game, right?
That's the one. The script is always perfect down to every detail.
Waking up at 6 a.m.,
Exercising, drinking a warm glass of filtered water,
reading books, self-studying a foreign language,
eating healthy, working with high productivity.
and going to bed early before 10 p.m.
But the next morning,
The alarm rings like a disruptive enemy.
and the entire discipline plan vanishes without a trace.
But the magical thing is that the next night, we excitedly make a brand new plan.
That is the power of infinite hope for the future.
Come to think of it, these silly simulations are actually quite useful, aren't they?
I think so too. They turn boring daily chores into exciting adventures.
Supermarket trips become secret agent missions.
Cleaning rooms becomes a reality TV show.
Cooking instant noodles becomes an international culinary competition.
And walking in the rain becomes a movie scene.
And sitting at a coffee shop chatting like this.
Becomes a sharing session full of laughter.
Sometimes this world doesn't need to change at all.
We just need to add a bit of imagination and humor.
Completely agreed.
Hey, Alex, have you noticed something?
What is it?
The memories that make me want to sink into the ground the most are usually the ones I remember the longest.
That's true. And what's even scarier?
Is what? They love to pop up in your head right when you're getting ready to sleep?
Spot on. Just when I peacefully close my eyes, my brain suddenly replays a movie from 8 years ago.
Just like a very dedicated film director.
Too bad they chose the wrong genre, though.
So, what was your most recent movie?
A scene of me waving to someone on the street with extreme enthusiasm, like we were long-lost soulmates.
That sounds friendly and warm.
But they weren't waving at me. They were waving to the person standing right behind me.
Oh my goodness, the cold wind of embarrassment swept right in, didn't it?
At that moment, I had to save face by raising my hand, to brush my hair back to look natural.
That's a classic move. Everyone has used it at least once.
The trouble was, I had a buzz cut at the time.
Ha ha. How can stroking a buzz cut look natural, Alex?
Exactly. The hair brushing motion just made me look like I was scratching my head in pure helplessness.
That's nothing. Back in high school, I had an embarrassingly unforgettable moment.
Tell me, I'm ready.
That day, I confidently walked into a classroom, wore a radiant smile, and waved to the whole class very warmly,
A very stylish and energetic start.
until I looked down and saw entirely unfamiliar faces looking at me like some alien creature.
You walked into the wrong classroom, right?
Yes, a completely different grade level, not just the classroom next door.
So how did you handle that situation?
I quickly spun around to walk back out to save myself from the embarrassment.
Quite a quick escape route.
Not at all. Because I was in such a hurry, I slammed my face straight into the classroom's glass door.
Oh God, an ending that couldn't have been more grand and resounding.
It really is an art of creating embarrassing situations. But I know you have similar legendary memories.
I do. In college, I once excitedly told a joke to a group of friends.
Did everyone burst out laughing?
Not a single sound. The room was dead silent.
Oh, that freezing atmosphere.
I figured I told it too fast, so they didn't get it yet. So I patiently explained and retold it a second time.
Don't tell me you explained the punchline too?
I did, and the atmosphere remained frozen. Finally, a friend sniffled and said, "But, wasn't that actually a sad story?"
Haha, good grief. Did you turn someone's tragedy into a joke?
I misremembered a plot detail, turning it into a storytelling disaster.
Looking back, it's so strange. Right when it happened, you just wanted a hole to open up and swallow you.
Exactly, just wishing you could turn invisible at that moment.
But a few years pass, and it becomes the funniest story to entertain everyone during gatherings.
That's right. Like the time I tripped walking up the school stairs.
Tripping happens to everyone once or twice in life.
But I tripped right when I was trying to look cool in front of some underclassmen girls.
Embarrassment level immediately doubled.
Fortunately, I didn't fall flat on my face, but I did a 5-second series of clumsy stumble recovery maneuvers.
Like performing a new sport.
Like breakdancing without music. And the painful part was, the place was packed with people.
I also had a historic mix-up. I confidently called out someone's name loudly in the middle of a crowded schoolyard.
Did they not hear you?
Oh, they heard me, turning around to look at me completely bewildered, because that wasn't their name at all.
Mistaking a stranger is pretty common, though.
The trouble was, that was a friend I had been hanging out with for almost half a year.
Oh, then there was absolutely no way to salvage that.
At that moment, I just wished I could immediately catch a spaceship to another planet to live in peace.
But thinking about it, those exact moments made me realize a very comforting truth.
What truth?
In reality, everyone has memories they want to forget, they just don't talk about them.
That's so true. We often worry others will remember our mistakes forever.
While in fact, they are also busy feeling embarrassed about their own silly moments.
An invisible empathy, yet incredibly comforting and relieving.
If you were given a ticket back to the past to erase all those embarrassing moments, would you?
Really? No regrets at all?
Really? No regrets at all?
Really. Because without those clumsy times, how would we have these funny stories to sit here and laugh about?
I agree. Those tiny scratches are what make life vibrant and colorful.
They remind us that nobody is perfect, and sometimes clumsiness makes people much more endearing.
I really like how you view things. Incredibly positive.
Then let's raise our coffee cups to today's wonderful conversation,
To ordinary days filled with laughter.
to the silly simulations in our heads.
And to all the embarrassing memories of the past.
After all, the most memorable memories are not the times we were most perfect.
But when we were most genuine and silly with each other.
Completely agreed.
Today has been a wonderful day of light and comfortable conversation.
And we have another beautiful memory to remember, don't we?